It has received 10 Oscar nominations, won 2. Now it's back with an epic, and epic is the word here. Second and concluding film, it's called Wicked for Good. Director Jon M returns as the director. He's a superstar. This movie takes place right before and during the events of the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz. It follows Elphaba, as you know, played by the lovely Cynthia Erivo, and Glinda, played by the lovely Ariana Grande, while they deal with their new identities as the Wicked Witch of the West and Glinda the Good. In this clip, the Wizard of Oz, played by Jeff Goldblum, tries to win over Elphaba.
Elphaba, I've missed you. Can't we start again?
Yes, please. Just say yes.
No. Don't you think I wish I could? I would give anything to go back to a time when I actually believed that you were wonderful. A wonderful Wizard of Oz. No one believed in you more than I did. But there's no going back.
We are so psyched. This is our happy faces because Jon M is with us in the studio, the yellow brick road of Oz. We did this all for you, Jon M.
I see that. I love it. I love your dress and the green on your feet.
Yeah, I did that.
No, our budget isn't as big as yours. We did what we could for you.
Yeah, we did what we could. I don't even know where to begin because we were at the premiere the other night, and the movie is so freaking good, Jon. I cannot wait for people to see it.
Thank you.
But before we get into the movie, I want people to know the backstory of you because you said, this is 5 years in the making, but you take us to your parents' restaurant.
Yeah.
Chef Chu, still in operation.
Yes.
You're there at the counter working on storyboards. And you dream of moments like this, and here it is.
I know, it's crazy.
Tell us what this means to you.
It means so much. I grew up in a Chinese restaurant in the Bay Area, in San Francisco area, and I used to dream about making movies all the time and watching big movies like E.T. And I'm named after a TV show, Jonathan, and my sister's Jennifer from Heart to Heart. Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
My parents are obsessed with media, and so the fact that I get to go into like the most American business in the world, make the great American musical, like that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, what does M stand for if you're Jonathan and
Movies. No, Murray, if you can believe it.
No, John Murray Chu.
Isn't that funny? And then I saw this a musical called George M. George M. Cohen, who used to write all these like, patriotic songs, and so my parents would take me to this musical, and I realized, oh, he calls himself George M. Everything he signs, George M. I was like, I have a middle name M. I'm going to say Jon M. Jon M. Chu everywhere I go, and I started that when I was 10 years old, and it's continued.
But this movie to me was so magical. I feel so wobbly at the time of what's happening in the country.
Yeah.
And the beauty of what you did on the screen with the movie, the story. You just took us to a whole different place. What was your thinking as you go into part 2? Because part 1 was such a smash.
Well, we shot them at the same time.
Yes.
So this is, 2.5 years ago. This was always conceived as a year-long 2-movie experience for people. I'm not sure that's really ever been architected before it, but that was always the thought. So one day we'd be shooting in Shiz at the university with the kids, and the next day we'd be in For Good when they're adults. So movie 1's really about the sort of the fairy tale of it all, and big choices. Movie 2 is the consequences of those choices.
I mean, talk about the fairy tale of it all. What a 5 years you've had. You've been working on 2 films. You've also had 3 kids.
3 children.
How are you standing?
Well, I have an amazing wife.
No, I think we should call her St. Kristin because, honestly, St. Kristin, because she was delivering the baby.
On the premiere day.
While you were working.
Yeah, I didn't make it to the premiere last year. We were in the hospital. Her water broke that morning, so we said goodbye to my whole family was all there. They walked the yellow carpet last year, and God knows what they did and who they took pictures with. I think they came and harassed you a little bit. So it was just really
It's incredible, though. Everything all at once happening in life.
I know. It's nuts. How great. When life is delicious and busy, you have, I don't know, your creativity goes way up.
Yeah, so many big-time talents and really beautiful personalities in this film, and one of them, friend of the show, Colman Domingo.
Oh,
He got the call, and he joined us. He said that you slid into his DMs, and he said when Jon M. slides into your DMs, you respond.
The answer is yes.
Yes,
whatever
every
it
single
is.
time.
Yes.
So why did you want to reach out to him for the role of the Cowardly Lion?
You want someone who has a big heart, who has big personality, but is soft but has presence. And so we were hanging around sort of last year. He was on the red carpets and things, and I was like, oh, he would be perfect as this. And we brought him in, and he was there at the premiere.
I saw him. He looked great,
rocking that carpet with all this fur. It was great. So.
But what about your visual thinking of this movie? That's what somebody had the nerve to say to me, should I go see it in the theater or should I wait till it comes on TV? No, you have to go see. the visual feast that you do for the eyes and the heart. What is your thinking when you're doing something this grand?
Well, you know, we're talking about Oz. This is like a lot of the visual language of cinema was created because of Wizard of Oz. So we have to honor that. We also have to invite people back to the theater. I think that space is so important. These 2 hours where you put your phone down and no algorithms coming after you. You sit and you watch a story through someone else's perspective. And to see it through a girl who's green, to see it through a woman who lives in a bubble, who doesn't have the courage to pop her bubble of courage yet. What is it that will drive you to actually have the courage to engage with the world when you see injustices? To me, that's such an important protected space that you got to see it with friends, you got to go see it with strangers, and you got to see it big and feel it deeply.
And you got to bring some tissues. What do you want?
Why not?
Because we feel all the feels watching the movie.
Yeah.
The range, didn't you think?
Yeah.
The humor, the comedy,
and the relatability of all the things that are happening in society right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a big thing. And these two movies are sort of two sides of a coin. The first part's that fairy tale, and the second part is really our adult selves looking at the fairy tales, growing up in that restaurant, the dreams and the hopes and the possibilities that were put upon me of like, this is the America that you can do anything. And now as an adult, was it more difficult than those fairy tales? Yeah. Was it messier? Yes. But should we still believe in those big visions? Absolutely.
We should still believe. Also, you've got so much stuff going on, Colman. It was recently announced that you're going to be voicing the Cowardly Lion in the latest Wicked movie. I can't wait to see it. It's coming up very soon. That the director, Jon M actually DM'd you to ask you, take us behind the scenes on that. I love that that's how this came about.
Here's a lesson for when someone named Jon M slides into your DMs, respond to it. He was like, hey, so what are you up to? I'm like, I don't know. What do you want me to be up to? And then he told me what it was, and I thought, and it was an immediately very, very casual thing. I said, well, send me the script. You're Jon M, and it's Wicked, one of my favorite movie musicals. I'm sure I'm in. So just like, we'll handle the details. And it happened pretty quickly. And then maybe a few weeks later, I went into the studio and recorded my part of it. And I had the time of my life. He just directed me in every single way possible. But I'm glad to be joining at this late date, something like Wicked 2. It's really cool. It's one of my favorite musicals.
You also call this your dream role. I would have thought it would have been Wicked because you've got history with Wicked. You've got history with Ariana Grande.
Yes.
Tell us the backstory of you and Ariana.
She's 10 years old. She's with her Nona and her mom. She wins a Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS auction. She comes into my dressing room. I'm playing Glinda. She goes, hi, I want to be Glinda one day, in her same voice that she has. And I said, and you will be, in my same exact voice. And we fell in love with each other, and we just stayed close. But in that dressing room, her Nona said, now sing something. And Ariana says she didn't, but I remember her singing like a, hey, and she's doing something, and I went, here, you have to have something of mine. And I gave her like bath salts, something really weird. I just needed her to know.
So you knew she had something.
Oh, yeah. And
where does Glinda sit with you today? What does it mean to you, that role? Because you really launched this person.
I feel like, there's Glinda.
Yes.
And then there's Glinda.
Yes.
And I'm definitely looking back. You know that song, Both Sides Now? I look at life at both sides now.
Yes.
That would probably be Glinda's song.
And what is it like to see Ariana at this point in her career?
Tears, emotional, crying. I'm so proud of her. Not just her, even though she's my baby. Cynthia has taken a role, and I know Dee feels the same way, and just made it her own. They both have put, we did our version, and Dee and I know what we went through to do it, and we're sisters. But now it's their turn.